Hi. Hello. Howdy. Welcome to Let's Play Catherine. The final segment for real this time. For realsies. I pinky promise. Yeah. I don't have anything else to say. It's just let's get into it. Let's talk to Johnny.
Hey, Vincent. What was that just now?
You
Saw
know.
you grabbing boss. Something happened?
It
Everything's
happens.
fine. Sorry you had to see that.
I'm not gonna stick my head into every bar brawl you get into, but if something's bothering you, let us know, okay?
Shut up, Johnny.
When we were younger, we'd
I don't
always
want any
help each other as a
help. I
team.
just want to finish our Let's Play.
Yeah.
Our Let's Play. The community's
Down the
Let's
world
Play.
then.
The communal Let's Play.
but
The
tell me
town
you don't
bicycle
know
of
about
Let's
that.
Playing. I don't
Come
know.
on, why you gotta go there?
It's gonna be a long day because I'm gonna have to edit the shit out of this. Like, I don't know. I don't want to like complain too much. I just,
Maybe it's because I'm tired.
I know that
Sake's getting to me
this
real
final
quick.
level
Hey, don't overdo it.
is gonna take
Let's
a
have some good
while.
stuff tomorrow.
What do you mean?
Well, nothing.
However, so let's talk to everyone. I don't really think any of the.
Come back, you'd be in some deep shit.
I don't know if any of the people leave.
Didn't look like it.
I
to me.
also kind of don't give a
just get
shit.
worked up over a bet. That's all.
If you say so, man. But if you do something to get us on the news, man, we're all gonna have to go on the land.
On the lamb,
Maybe like
get
when
it?
we were kids.
It's a pun.
Adventures.
It's
We're
a
adults.
pun.
Hey, what are you talking about, guys?
Oh, I just realized we're gonna have to have the discussion
It's
this
me.
episode. The final segment, we'll have the discussion about Eric. Whatever. We'll get there when we get there.
Damn dream again tonight.
We will get there when we get there.
Alright.
Man, you know I love
I'm
you.
so not looking forward to that in editing. Whatever. Oh, we actually get texts. It's probably from Midnight Venus. Whatever. Oh, so Morgan's. I'm sorry. Congratulations, you did it. I also don't need to hide the awards that we get now because now I've spoiled. Well, not spoiled. Now you know there's 9 levels, and this is the final one, the 9th one. Okay. Is Justin here or something? He is. Okay, fine. Let's talk to Justin. I don't want to make Justin leave before we can talk to him.
Something the matter?
I remembered how you saved me in the nightmare. I talked a lot about myself. I think I just wanted somebody to listen to me. So,
Whatever,
these
dude.
events aren't going to end naturally. The police can't do anything. This is when the mass media shines. But I'm too afraid to write about it. I think it's because I'm afraid to admit that I have the power to save people through my words.
Sure.
Well,
Yeah.
I look forward to whatever you write.
Think I can get an interview with you one day? The unnamed hero?
Stop it. It's embarrassing.
Oh, we're actually getting texts too? Whatever. Let's talk
It's all
to...
because of you. Thank you. It's the unadulterated truth.
What
After
does
this is all
unadulterated
over,
even
I'm
mean?
gonna marry my girlfriend. I should buy the ring so I can do it the moment I'm ready.
Whatever. Okay, what text did we get? Attachment issues from... Producer Vincent Brooks, blah 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 blah, whatever. Alright, well, that's good to know, I guess. So, now... I just noticed something. There. That white box in the corner of that was gonna bug me, so... Now I moved it.
Sit. I've been waiting for you.
Hey, it's Mr.
I'm
Oinks.
able to see your face today.
Something bothering you?
This is my last drink, my last time here.
Good
Why
riddance.
is that?
I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna find the criminal who shot my wife. But not
What is it with like, okay, so there's Dojima and now there's Morgan.
before I only thought about
I feel like there's another character in an Atlas game who's like, I'm a cop and my wife died because of a criminal and I'm, blah, 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 blah. You know, like, I feel like there's another character I can't remember that does that too.
Hold on to what's important to you. More important
Is it one of the Devil Survivor characters, maybe?
like a dream.
Probably Devil Survivor 2.
I understand.
Maybe. I don't know.
Actually,
Point is, if it feels like if they ever write a cop character, there's only like one story they can give them.
nightmare. Thanks.
Sorry for talking over Morgan's dialogue. I just don't fucking care about
I'm
him.
done drinking for a while.
Like, I'm
Next
sorry.
time I drink will be when I visit Sophie's
Fuck the
grave.
police, am I
Tell
right?
her that I caught her murderer.
Alright, can
actually two. One for saving me
Yeah.
from myself, and one for saving me from the nightmare.
That's cool, I guess, but anyone else gonna show up? Oh yeah. Todd and Archie probably? Oh, the twins left. Okay. Daniel's gonna show up, right? Right? Fuck Daniel. I don't feel bad that he died. I don't.
Chief and Orlando aren't looking too good.
Everything will be okay after tonight.
Which means...
Never mind. We'll all be back to normal come tomorrow. I bet my life on it.
what are you saying?
Hey, look at me like I've lost it. Kind of guy try to sound cool sometimes. You haven't had any nightmares, have you?
You mean that one in the rumors that are supposed to kill you? Yeah, I'm not that gullible. Come on.
Oh, Toby. Oh, Toby. I'm so glad you're the voice in the confessional that we hear, except for not really. Anyway, let's drink.
Get this far. Tonight, I'll escape again.
What if we don't, Vincent?
Not just fighting for me tonight. I'll end this once and for all.
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to, like, brace myself.
It seems your glass is empty. You must really like Cuba Libres. Here's a basic fact about cocktails for you. The term cocktail is exactly what it sounds like. A cock's tail.
I didn't know
Why is it called
cocks
that?
had tails. I thought they only had balls.
No
Oh,
clear etymology
funny
exists for the word.
joke.
But here's a famous story. A long time ago, an English sailor asked a young Mexican boy stirring alcohol in a glass what the name of the liquor was. The boy thought he was asking about the name of the stirring stick, so he answered, cola de gallo, a cock's tail feather. And this is said to have spread as the name of mixed drinks in general. Isn't that interesting? But who knows what's true? Since you have had at least one cocktail a night and learned fascinating facts, you will now be given the title of Cocktail Connoisseur.
So, this is where the trophy would unlock, but I already have it.
That was all of the trivia on cocktails. Please continue to enjoy the rest of the story.
It is kind of cool in its own way. Like, it's charming.
Boss isn't here, so nothing too fancy, okay?
Okay, well, I'm going to get, beer.
Here.
I actually had a dream last night that I was drinking beer, like, by choice. I would actually explain what caused me to make that choice, but it's a very...
Don't get shit.
You know what, fuck it. I'll just say it. So I had a dream that, like, I was a lawyer, well, part of, like, a legal team, like, prosecuting... I think, yeah, it was prosecuting prosecuting, like, this guy who, like, apparently had been an armed gunman who killed, like, several people. And I guess in my dream, trying to remember exactly how it happened.
I'm done.
I guess what happened was at some point, like, there was a cop in the dream who, like, thought he was... I don't know if it was a cop or if it was, like, someone, like, an armed citizen. I can't remember. Or, like, someone got out a gun, and then they shot him in, like, the ankle because they thought he was gonna hurt
You
someone.
must really like
Which is weird, because he was, like, shot while he was at the stand, and, like, usually the stand would cover your feet or whatever. It's a dream, so...
Neither do I.
So, like, he got shot in the ankle, and he was, like, bleeding out, and he was gonna die before he could, like, get jailed. And I remember being really upset about this. So, like, I drove him to, like, the emergency room with some other random people. And,
Derived from the act of
and,
death
like,
itself.
I guess he was, like, about to die, and like, I was just so frustrated about it that I actually was like, okay, I'm going to drink beer by choice. Like, I actually said that to myself in the dream. So, and the funniest part was I was drinking beer out of, like, a plastic cup with a straw. Which is, I'm gonna wager to guess that's not how you're supposed to drink it. I'm pretty sure you don't want to drink any alcohol with a straw, but
That
whatever.
is all our beer trivia. We now return
Let's,
to the main story.
I have very weird dreams. I usually post about them on social media, but like, it's funny to actually say it out loud because it's like you already think it's weird, and then you actually start saying it with your mouth, and it's like, oh, okay, it's even weirder than I realized. All right, let's do whiskey.
Whiskey.
Sake.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah, okay, don't get shit-faced, whatever. I made no promises. I was actually going through my brother's room when I was younger, and I found, he had a hat that said, "Let's all get shit-faced," and I remember being too young to understand what that meant. So, like, I didn't understand if, like, they were, like, eating really messily, like if they were, like, eating ribs or something, like, oh, they're shit-faced, that means they got shit on their face, like, like messy type, you know, I don't know. I'm telling the stupidest fucking anecdotes right now.
Do you know what the word whiskey means?
Yeah, it means stupid anecdote.
Water of life. Engage. Language from North
I guess it's I'm thinking of stupid anecdotes. I'm trying to think if anything interesting has happened at work. Honestly, not really. Last week I had this one mom though.
Because you drank one whiskey each night.
So, I work as basically like a receptionist for the city that I live in,
Praying for your success
and
as I return you to the main
it's like I work at like the Parks and Recreation Center in my area, and I'm the receptionist. So now, like,
Empty?
basically with the mask mandate that's gone
Still want a
on
drink?
in our area, I have to also now enforce masks, and like, I have to make sure that if anyone's going in our location that they're wearing a mask, because if I don't, the building is monitored. Like, they actually have like security cameras and stuff, so if I don't enforce it, then like I'll get in trouble basically. And I mean, it's also just like I want to enforce it. I want to make sure that like we're not spreading COVID, because you know, that's just for multiple reasons obviously. But anyway, so we had basketball night, because we have like this thing where like kids play basketball in our gym, and like the parents will bring them in, and the parents always have an opinion about masks. It's so annoying.
True feelings.
And
I won't hesitate now.
I swear to God, there was this one mom who was like, okay, so she came in, she was wearing a mask, but her son wasn't. So I'm like, oh, your son needs to wear a mask, blah blah blah, and she's like, but he's gonna be playing basketball. And I'm like, yeah, but you know, even if he's gonna be exercising, we need everyone in the building to wear a mask, because you know, like, that's just procedure. And she's like, that's unreasonable. I'm gonna make him put on the mask, but he's gonna take it off when he's playing ball, because asking him to wear a mask while he's playing basketball is just, it's unreasonable. She just kept saying the word unreasonable. It's like, girl, fuck off. I don't care. And she just like storms off before I can even say anything to her. And I mean, at that point, I just like I just like turned off as a person. I'm like, I don't care anymore. I even had to, well, I didn't want to, but my coworker made me call the police on a mask non-compliance person.
Since you had
I really didn't like want to even bother, because it was late by the time we did it, and of course the fucking pig showed up 45 minutes late, and by the time they're there, we're closing. So the cop walks in. It's just one, by the way.
So let's get back to it.
He walks in. He's there for literally like 2 fucking minutes. I'm not exaggerating when I say that. He's there like 2 minutes. And then, because he shows up 2 minutes before close, we start closing. So he walks out, and I'm not joking. He loudly exclaims, "I've solved the problem!" Like out of nowhere. And it's just like, shut the fuck up, dude. Because, like, he didn't do anything. He did fucking nothing. The guy didn't put on a mask. Just, it was so dumb. Sorry.
Figured out who the witch is.
Oh, who's the witch, Erica?
And who is it?
It was me.
Cool.
You know all that shit that went on when we were young? Seems it got mixed in with the rumors.
Cool.
Well, you did disappear that one time.
And to think I just kept spreading the rumor, fooling people.
Was there anyone who believed it? You.
I'm sorry, I just... I'm actually trying to read this because I actually want to make sure it's not
Anyway, about what you
gonna...
and Boss were
Okay.
talking about?
I was worried it would go in a bad direction.
worry about it.
I'm sure anyone who hasn't played this game has already realized
Okay.
why Erica is a sensitive issue, but whatever. We'll talk to Erica again.
How much of what you were talking about tonight is true? You said you'd be fighting?
Erica, girl.
You really never change, do you?
Oh, look, it's
Sure
Todd and
not.
Archie.
I don't think I can lose to him. This is the end. For the mysteries, the rumors, the guys are
I kind of want to just, like, end talking to everyone, but
Just don't be stupid about
whatever.
it, okay?
Like, I just want to start the fucking stage, because there's going to be so much to do, and it's just like... whatever. Todd and Archie.
Game face on. Sign of a great man.
Shut up,
Yeah.
Todd.
I have something I have to finish.
I know you. You're probably doing something that isn't worth the reward. It's nice of you to help us out when you've got your hands full already.
You guys.
Yeah, I know. You saved me.
Everyone remembers.
Guess what? I think I'm gonna get married and start a family.
I wouldn't recommend. I would recommend therapy.
Loving somebody.
Archie, for you, I recommend 30 cc's of psychiatric care. Because you've got issues. And it's not just something that love will fix. You need actual self-help. Well, like you actually need to, like, find a support system. You need to get access to resources that will greatly aid you in that quest. And just, okay, whatever.
Even walls have ears these days.
What are you talking about?
Just... yeah, it just occurred to me. I'm not even gonna say what I just thought of. I'm not even gonna say it.
I've got to apologize about your wife.
Ah, I'm not listening. Everyone makes mistakes. And everyone has the right to start over.
Really, I'd be a little mad.
I'm turning my life around.
I'd be a little mad if my close friend fucked my wife.
Thanks to you.
Not even because I'm like the type who gets really jealous. I would be like sad about that. But I mean, I would just be mad at my friend for fucking me over like that. Like, oh hey, I'm gonna fuck your wife. Like, oh, whatever.
Come back here tomorrow, okay? Have a drink.
No.
I'm finally going to fight him. I'm not going to lose. I'll win, and I'll live to see tomorrow.
Cool. Alright, well, is that everyone? I think that's everyone. We could have talked to the twins, and honestly, I probably should have, but I also don't care. We talked to the twins a grand total of once in this entire playthrough, so that's more than enough, I feel. Also, I am going to be censoring how many stages are in the final level, just because I like a little bit of drama. Just a tid. A bit, even. I don't know. Alright, let's start the great awfulness that's gonna result in me doing this for like an hour.
Are you going home, Vincent?
Boy, am I.
I'm so worried, Erica. You'll be okay. Have some faith in me. See me tomorrow.
Okay. I believe in you.
Alright,
See you soon, then.
bye. And Vincent never came back. Vincent never returned. He never woke up. Alright. It's just us this time, no other sheep. Well, that's a lie, there's gonna be other sheep, but whatever.
The first of the great trials is a road split into 3 paths. Beware the mystery blocks and tackle these stairs with all your wit and skill.
Alright, I guess I'll just say now, this is where, like, so this is live commentary. After this, I'm gonna be starting post commentary, so, you know, I'll see you then. Alright, so here we go. The first level of the Empyro. Honestly, it's not that bad of a level compared to the other ones. Especially compared to the other ones. But this one, fairly straightforward. It introduces you to the idea of mystery blocks. Mystery blocks are a terrible idea, and whoever thought of them should not have been allowed to present any ideas in any official capacity for this game. So the way that mystery blocks work, you step on them, they transform into any block. Any block. This could mean it could transform into a normal block. It could transform into a fucking bomb. You know, it could be anything. I think there's only 2 types of blocks that most mystery blocks won't turn into. Springs and unmovable blocks. I think all the mystery blocks will transform into something that you can at least move and it won't, like, break the game. But otherwise, it's fair game. So, it could be a fucking spike trap for all you know. And you could be pulling a block onto a mystery block, and then it could transform into a spike trap and kill you instantly. I have so many things I could say about spike block or mystery blocks. I'm gonna try and like keep it brief and relevant. Some of you eagle-eyed viewers, by eagle-eyed viewers I mean people who are watching this, may have noticed that there was a block with a mouth on it. The game doesn't really formally introduce you to what those blocks are yet, but I'll just tell you, they're monster blocks. They're the second type of like new block that's introduced in this level. They're also terrible. They're also a new special kind of bad. So the way that they work is monster blocks will occasionally just move randomly. That's it. Random movement. Well, I guess that's not it. There's more to it. You can also run into a situation where, like, if you're hanging in front of them, they will lick you and instantly drop you. It sucks. I don't like monster blocks either. You can kill them if you get on top of them, but sometimes it's more inconvenient to do that, so. Here, I'm kind of getting fucked terribly. Like, I kind of, like, start to just get into a bad place. Also, I meant to push that, and I accidentally pulled it. I remember doing that, and I was very annoyed. Because I wanted to get over like that. But fortunately, we persevered. The main thing with this level is you just want to make sure you're not limiting yourself to one of the 3 main walls. Because you really want to, like... You want to be able to shift between them as needed. At least, in my opinion. I'm going to say this right now. This level, doing this Let's Play has made me question if I can even call myself good at this game anymore. In any capacity. Like, really. I had legitimately, like, about an hour's worth of content I had to cut from this. It was just from me doing attempts at these levels. It was bad. It was very, very bad. It makes me eternally grateful I made the call to do post-commentary, like, immediately. Well, not immediately, because it did take me a while. But I'm glad I eventually did make that call, because I can only imagine how terrible this segment would have been if I had done these levels with live commentary. Anyway, here is where tragedy occurs. Spoilers. So, what you want to do for this wall is you want to not do what I did and make everything fall. You want to instead keep everything level and not fall over, and it didn't really work out. So I try to salvage it by, like, I'm thinking, like, okay, maybe I can do what you did in the spiral staircase and, like, hang off of one of the blocks and then, like, maybe spider over, but then I can't really get enough blocks in a row, and then I can't really, like, climb either, because I don't have enough room to really work with, unfortunately. So here I just kind of, as you can see, I just kind of get fucked. It's not fun. Fortunately, this is the only time I died in this level, so... Yeah. But, as we move on... So now, I'm going to show you what you really want to do for this, like, stack, I guess. Because really, preparation into that stack is more important than the stack itself. So, what you want to do is you want to preserve the height of all the blocks that you're getting. Like, you want to make sure that you don't make the stack as a whole fall. Which is a little bit harder than it sounds. But simultaneously, it's a little bit easier than it sounds. Confusing, I know. But either way, so you do that. As long as you have your stack, like, as long as those top 2 blocks don't fall, you're fine. You can have one or two of the one or the other blocks fall. You don't want to have both of them fall, though. I guess in this case, I kind of let the second one fall, but whatever. You see what I mean, right? Because then you could just salvage it by pulling that block. Because you want to have this stack like that. So that way you could do... Well, I'll show it in a second. I kind of get worried for a second because I don't realize what to do. Yeah, I think I do the wrong thing. I'm pretty sure this is the attempt that did it. Yeah, here we go. This is what you want to do. You want to do that, then you want to fall, then you want to climb up, and then you just want to bring all those blocks over. Actually, no, you just want to do that. Never mind. That works too. I'm sorry. I'm recording this after my shift today at work, and it's been a good, like... Okay, not 12 hours, but it's been like a good day's worth of experiences since I did these levels. So I'm kind of like catching up. Like, they're not as fresh in my memory. So, either way. The fun part about this series of levels is that there's the in-between sections, there's no one to talk to. Absolutely no one. So, yeah. Another thing to note is that, oh, I go back to save. I guess we'll talk about it in a second. Oh, I'll just talk about it now. The choices that you make in this nightmare will affect your ending. So they do actually determine what ending you're gonna get. Here, I didn't go for any, like, particular ending in mind. Like, I just answered these questions honestly. How I would in 2021. Not exactly the same as how I would have answered these in 2014 either, so... either way, it's not super important. I'm just... I cannot overstate how exhausted this game has made me. Like, in terms of Let's Playing. This is always the game I look forward to the least out of the 3 I've been Let's Playing so far, and it's just like... It's so much effort for such little payoff. I feel like these segments aren't even that interesting or watchable, but whatever. That's just me. So, first question to freedom.
Are you prepared to risk your life to get back together with a former lover?
Now this one is a little vague, and by little I mean extremely. It's hard to say what you like.
Which one?
If you take it very literally, I think my answer would be no. But I'm taking this on, like, rather than the letter of the law, I'm taking it into the spirit of the law. Like, it's saying, would you risk your life to save someone that you love? Or, like, I don't know, like, to win back your lover. You're like, okay, I would if it was someone I was truly passionate about. Like, I don't want to get back with any of my exes. Clearly, I don't want to. But, you know, hypothetically, if there was someone who I was in love with, I don't know. It's a weird question, so fuck it. Whatever. But yeah, so that's 1 of 5? No, it's 4. 1 of 4 questions down.
A world above?
What? You weren't satisfied with my introduction? That's too bad.
Oh yeah, he just got named. I didn't even realize. Yeah, so the voice is Astaroth. You never get to see Astaroth ever. I don't care if anyone thinks that's a spoiler. You never see Astaroth's face. You never interact with him beyond the nightmares. You never find out if he had any special significance, like if he was secretly a character in the real world. Just he's Astaroth. Okay. But that's neither here nor there. So now we're on to stage 2. Stage 2 can suck my fucking asshole. I don't have nice things to say about this level. Arguably the worst level in the game. I think it's definitely up there. Maybe not the worst, because I think the boss baby, that level's definitely worse. But this is up there. This is certainly up there for me. So, this is the introduction to monster blocks, which means now we're going to be seeing them regularly. They're a fucking pain. I don't know how to explain how much I dislike monster blocks without just, like, showing a blooper reel of failures. I cut out a lot of deaths and failures from monster blocks fucking me over by moving randomly. And mystery blocks fucking me over too. But monster blocks, honestly monster blocks were the ones that killed me more often, I feel like. Because, you know, mystery blocks will occasionally not, like, fuck you. Like, they could be regular blocks, or they could be, like, I don't know, ice blocks or something that you can deal with easily. But monster blocks will always fuck you over if you don't deal with them immediately, you know? Like, they're always a problem. But, whatever. So, yeah. One thing to keep in mind is, I was gonna say something I totally blanked, sorry. So anyway, video game. Oh yeah, there we go. Showing off the fact that you can't hang from them. Classic. This section I did so many times, it's unreal. Also, I didn't mean to hang from there. I don't know if it was just the fact that I was tired, but I made a lot of input errors in this session. So if you see me do something weird or something nonsensical, that's probably why. But that white block there, that white block doesn't exist. I'm not convinced it's real. Like, that monster block that's on it always fucking moves to the right and makes it vanish when you try to get it. I have managed to get that white block, but once you get there, it's like you can't even do anything with it. So that's a trap as far as I'm concerned. Meanwhile, I'm trying to figure out how the fuck I even get out of the stack. I should probably mention those sheep, the ones that are crazy. I don't know, I feel like this is the first time we've seen them in the actual, like, levels. Because I know that they appeared in, like, in the talk sections. But yeah, those sheep, very fucking annoying as well. They're not as bad in this level, but they get, they're definitely worth noting. They will kill you if you stand near them. Like, if you let them attack you, they'll just flat out kill you. I think the only other sheeps that could attack would only stun you, but those ones will just straight up kill you. Those sheep can go up 2 blocks at a time, so they're harder to lose the pursuit of unless you intentionally try to kill them with the book, or if you just, like, I don't know, if you just manage to wall them off entirely, which is difficult. I'm kind of doing a terrible job here, by the way. There's a much better path I could have taken. But, you know, this was really my first... Fuck that guy. This is my first attempt at this wall. This wall fucking sucks. I don't think it's the worst wall. The worst wall is this one right here. Yeah. I just... The fact that I've edited this so fucking heavily that it doesn't look that bad is a testament to, I don't even know, like, to the fact that I've memorized so much of this stage from trial and error. Also the fact that I edited it, that I just, like, I was able to selectively pick what to show. I don't know. But yeah, this wall really fucking sucks. Even when you do it right, it's terrible. It's mostly mystery blocks and monster blocks. So it's like you're dice rolling. The thing that I really hate about monster and mystery blocks are that it's adding RNG to a gameplay formula that really doesn't need it or benefit from it. You know, like, it really, really fucking hurts the game, in my opinion. Because it's like playing a platformer, but then, like, every few seconds the game like tries to blow a gust of wind randomly that'll move you around. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, it's just a stupid piece of randomness that, like, makes the level so inconsistent. Also, I get the block here, but then you can't really do anything with it, so you have to just use it. Like, you can't hold on to it. I don't know. One thing I will say is that if this already looks bad, I want you to imagine getting gold on these stages in hard mode. Because that is so much worse. Like, I know I've said that about, like, a lot of stages. I've been like, wow, imagine if I cared about my score. But no, but, like, really imagine. Because this is just a fucking dreadful nightmare. But whatever. So the path you really want to take here is... well, not that. These stupid sheep keep getting in the way. But you want to make sure you get that book up there so that way you can... Did I not get that book? Okay, I could have sworn I got that book. I must have been thinking of another attempt. Egg on my face. Whatever. The point is that you really want really want to just like get a good base, try to get a monster block or two killed, and then I got lucky here because the monster block like moved into the direction I needed it to. But whatever. Also, I could have spider. No, actually, I couldn't have. Never mind. Yeah, there we go. So that was me getting extremely lucky. That did not take me nearly as long as I thought it would. Like, I'm not joking when I say when I was thinking about doing this Let's Play, that type of section was the first thing that came to mind in terms of like how hard this would be. But whatever. I just... Okay. I think we need to have the conversation about Erica now. I can't think of a better time to have it, and I would have had it at the end of this segment, but like, I don't know. Like, there's a point I probably could have had the conversation, but I'd rather just have it now while I have some dead air. Okay, so Erica is a trans woman. She is transgender. She is, I believe she's post-op because Toby has sex with her and doesn't notice. So that implies that she no longer has a penis. Erica is transgender, and the game really heavily makes, like, allusions to this, as you've probably noticed, by, like, calling her not a real woman, or saying that she's, like, she'll be thrown out of a woman's competition, or, like, that she can't, I don't know, you know, shit like that, trans-misogynist shit in the game at her expense. And the whole thing about her experiencing nightmares is because secretly she's a man. Because that's how this trans-misogynist joke lands. Second question to Freedom, do you wish for a peaceful life? Obvious answer should be yes. Anyone who votes no is weird to me. Anyway, back to Erica. The game makes multiple attempts to debase and devalue her. I think it's repugnant. I thought it was repugnant in 2014. I think it's repugnant now. I frankly think it's hateful and evil, especially considering that she's the only trans woman in the entire game, no less the only trans character in the game, so let's all be adults about it, because the game will in fact throw more trans misogyny at some point in this segment, and I just want us all to be adults and acknowledge that Erica is a woman, and this game is evil for calling her a man. I don't know. I'm sorry. I've been dreading having this conversation because I mean I don't have many subscribers, but I worry that, like, you know, I'll attract the chuds who are like, oh, insert slur, or you know. I don't want to deal with, like, people who are gonna just, like, be trans misogynist, or homophobic, or transphobic, or racist, even though Erica's white. You know what I mean? Whatever. Like, I just don't want to deal with it. Anyway, that's my soapbox, which really is just my decent person box, but whatever. So, on to Stage 3! I don't have a lot to say about Stage 3, which is a very good thing in this case, because that should indicate to you that Stage 3 is relatively painless. It's probably the easiest stage in the entire set, which is weird because, you know, the first stage came pretty close to being the easiest too, but whatever.
One way to climb this wall. Trust your instincts.
The description makes it sound a lot scarier than it is. It makes it sound like there's gonna be, like, a lot of, you know, obstacles and stuff. It's really not difficult to get around any of the obstacles that you see. So, like, one thing to note is that, you're gonna see some crack blocks, but really you can work around them pretty easily, like I just did there. If anything, the most important thing you want to do when it comes to this, level is that you want to make sure, like in the first level, that you're able to connect over to the second, like, to the other wall when you need more room to work with. Because it's a lifesaver. It really is. That's basically all I need to say about this level, because the rest of it feels pretty self-explanatory. Like, it's just you move blocks, because I don't think there's any mystery blocks in this level either, which is telling, because when the level doesn't have mystery blocks, suddenly it's consistent and easy. I don't remember if there's monster blocks that show up either, but whatever. I think I say this later in the segment, like maybe later, like when I get back to like current commentary, but I really do wish that this game hadn't relied so heavily on gimmick shit for its level design, because it feels like a solid third to like half of the levels in this game are like boss fights or gimmick levels, you know, like, and not like fun gimmicks like Spiral Stair Corridor or whatever. I'm talking about like gimmicks like fucking, oh, there's bomb blocks or the mystery blocks. Like, I don't know. I would have much rather preferred that they do levels like these, you know? Sure, they're easier, but they're more engaging and memorable to me. Well, I mean, the bad levels are memorable, but not for a good reason, you know? Like, whatever. I just, when I think of this game, I think of so much potential it had, you know? Like, there was so much it could have been. Because I really do like the fundamental gameplay mechanics of, like, this is how blocks work, this is how you climb, this is how you can, like, get around specific patterns, this is how you overcome obstacles, you know? Oh, there are mystery blocks. Okay. I barely remembered them. So much for the level being memorable, but whatever. Is this sound desynced? Ah, whatever. If it is, I don't care anymore. But, I don't know, man. I want this to be over more than anything else. So, I just want to finish up this Let's Play. Sorry, I'm not trying to be, like, that way about it. But it's hard not to be when this Let's Play went so terribly. I honestly am so surprised I finished it. Because, spoilers, I did beat the game. I don't know. Also, I have no idea what's going on with this guy over here. Yeah, like, I have no idea if he was stuck in one of the blocks or what, but it doesn't matter. So, yeah, again, I don't have much else to say about this level. What I can tell you is that I don't know, man. It's just, I'm just sad, man. I used to really love this game. Like, I used to defend this game. You know, like, I used to think of this as like one of the gems of the PS3 era, and now I'm like, I wouldn't play this ever again unless I was paid to. You know? Like, I really can't believe I even stomached this. Like, I can't believe I could even get past the misogyny in this game, you know? But whatever. Here I get kind of fucked over, by the way, but I salvage it because the mystery blocks decided to cooperate, which is rare. The fact that I didn't, like, die there is honestly, like, incredibly fortuitous. But whatever. So now you just go over to the other side when in doubt. Like, really, that's all it comes down to. Here there's two pedestals. You could go to either one, it doesn't matter. I go to the one that's lower because fuck it. I'm thinking if there's anything else I really need to even mention with this game. I don't know, man. This is only the third level, so we still have... Yeah, okay, I'm just thinking to myself. Wow. Man alive. The female symbols in the background, it's symbolic, do you get it? You know, it's sad. I would like to see a version of this game done well. You know, like, maybe a version of this game that actually had branching levels and shit. Like, if you chose to be lawful one night, you would block Catherine, and then you'd really commit to Catherine, you know? Like, Or maybe, like, you would see another girl, or I don't know. I feel like it might be hard to code, but it would still be interesting. You know, like, make the multiple endings actually matter. Because the multiple... I go into this later in the segment, but multiple endings just...
Well,
I don't think they're good.
Good, Vincent. The way you climb is a work of
God,
art.
Astaroth is such a useless character. He's so pointless.
There is no correct answer to this trial.
I just...
So
It's
I'm
hard to
going to
not
ask a
say that
question of
now.
you, who has
I was
been
wondering if
listening.
my memory was just being
I'm
poor
gonna
and, like, he
ask
actually has a
you
point.
one more
But he
time.
really doesn't.
This is the third
Like,
question to freedom.
he just is there.
Do you wish for the excitement of chaos?
Excitement of chaos. No. I'm sorry. If I wanted the excitement of chaos, I'd work in food service. Again.
Oh, I see. This is the midway point here in heaven. I'll take you to the next trial. I'll be praying for good
Cool,
for
so...
once and for your success.
So yeah, midway point. Midway. Means we're only halfway done. We've got 3 more levels. I've been sitting on that one. And unfortunately, the next 3 levels are... That's all you need to know. Just that exasperated sigh communicates exactly how I feel about each of them. This is where the lion's share of my recording time took place. Maybe not even this level, but the final 2. Oh god. But I'm not a fan of the 4th level either. The narrow path is...
Use all your cunning to sprint your way to the top.
It's just a headache. That's what it is. So its gimmick is that you have a very small amount of blocks to work with. If you crumble too many blocks, because there will be cracked blocks, if you crumble them, then you'll lose more blocks to work with. So there's already a problem here if you haven't noticed. There's other sheep. And the other sheeps can and will crumble blocks. By the way, there goes the checkpoint. Yeah, it's that kind of a level. But yeah, so the other sheeps can and will follow you. They can and will get in the way. And just... At this point, I might as well have reset, because this is like... It's not necessarily unwinnable, but it's damn close. And this fucking sheep just will not leave me. It's just... Oh, this level. The fact that I even keep going is honestly just, like... I think the reason I kept going at this point was like, okay, let's see how fucking far I can get. I need to get an idea of what I'm dealing with in this level. Also, I was trying to push the block, and then I jumped up, and then the spaghetti, and then oh no, there goes a lot of the base I needed. You see what I mean? It just kind of like avalanches. Like, okay, you lose 1 block, you lose 20 in 5 seconds. And it's just so bad. And you kind of... It's just, you almost have to, like, activate certain bomb blocks, too, because they're just so in the way. Granted, I think the one that I just activated then, I didn't have to, but whatever. So this is the point where I'm pretty sure I'm fucked beyond repair. Because, yeah, look at him. He's breaking a block. Oh, okay. The sheep just broke half the tower I had to work with. That's cool. So here I just give up. And I've edited out many attempts between now and this attempt. But this is how you want to do this level. You want to do that. Then you want to pull out a block and avoid that cracked block. And you want to do that again to avoid that cracked block. And then you want to do this. Yeah, I don't know. Fun fact, the checkpoint, those sheep will still be aggroed in that exact position when you restart from that checkpoint. I should know, I did end up restarting from that checkpoint a lot. And oops! I tried to, like, push that block, then move it back so that way... I don't know. I tried to, like, stop it from falling quick enough, but I wasn't able to. Fortunately, I was able to figure out how to exploit the sheep into killing themselves, so... Yeah. Again, I cut out very many attempts of this level. It doesn't, like... even now, to me, it doesn't look like it's as hard as it, or like, it should be as hard as it is, but it is fucking evil. It is fucking evil. I have such a deep hatred for this level. But it's not even the worst one, so we'll get there. Trust me. Believe me, we'll get there. Honestly, the rest of this level is really just about base management more than anything else. You always want to pick the middle block, as I say as I do the wrong block by accident. Whatever. You want to make sure you're not doing the edges too often unless you have to, like that, because otherwise you have to activate a block, but then or bomb block, but then I realized, oh no, I'm gonna have to do it anyway. So yeah. It's very fun to contradict myself in commentary almost immediately, but whatever. Like I said, it's like you just have to pick what bomb blocks you're gonna activate, because you kinda can't avoid them. And this sheep is just this sheep can find my house. Yeah, because, like, look at that. He's activating all the correct blocks, and then... Yeah. I don't even remember if that was an accident or if I just gave up. Probably a bit of both, but whatever. So here, now we're back at this spot. Here, I think this is the attempt. I get it, I want to say. Because I do that, and then I do this. Okay. Honestly, it's just, like... the biggest problem with this game, fundamentally, as like a game, is that when you play on hard mode, which I truly believe to be the way that the developers wanted you to play this game, because of how the babble stages are put on hard mode, when you play without the ability to undo any action, and in just the fucking longer stages, like, that are longer than puberty, this one isn't terribly long, but trust me, we'll get there, when you deal with all that shit, it just becomes trial and error, basically. Because, like, sometimes you can't know what's coming until it's too late, and you can't prepare, and... that's the biggest problem. It's just too trial and error. Honestly, I would love to see if, like, they could do, like... You know, like games have puzzle modes, where it's like, here's a set wall, we want you to solve it in this many moves. Which is what Rapunzel actually is like. But Rapunzel sucks because it operates with different mechanics, and I don't know. I don't like Rapunzel. But either way, I would love that type of mode in this game, or maybe just like a more refined gameplay engine. But whatever. So here I kind of fuck it up, and not in the good way, like in a bad way. But we managed to persevere. So we get a checkpoint. We're almost at the end of this godforsaken level. Believe it or not, this is several minutes worth of work. So then we spider here, and then I guess we just decide, hey, let's go to the right. Because going to the right is always a good idea, right? And unfortunately, I just made what many would consider a rookie mistake. Oh no, more rookie mistakes. You'll see why in a moment. I may or may not be alluding to the fact that this is a failure. But, yeah. And hey, look, it's a bunch of sheep! Oh boy, it's a bunch of sheep. I wonder if they're gonna get in the way and make life miserable. Because if you knock them down, they just come right back up. It's... Oh god, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Earlier in the second stage, when I said that this is that you wanted to get the book, I was thinking of this part, actually, of this level. This is the worst wall in the game, by the way. I changed my mind on whatever I said about the second level. This is the worst wall in the game. It's so bad. It's nothing but mystery blocks and your dice rolling. Your dice rolling, if you get too many wrong dice rolls on mystery blocks as base, you're just fucked. And then, yeah, and then this happens. Oh man, isn't it fun when the, like, I can't help but, like, hope to fucking God you understand where I'm coming from when I say why I hate mystery blocks. Because, look at this, like, you remember what wall used to be there, right? Yeah, and I cut out there. So, here is what you want to do. Aside from get lucky and roll the dice correctly, correctly in quotation marks. This is the way you want to play this to make it as, like, luck mitigated as possible. You want to take that block, you want to do that, then you want to pull the block on the left there, so you keep that right stack. And then you want to get this book. This book is a lifesaver. It's so incredibly convenient. You want to kill those sheep, so that way they don't get in your way. And then you also want to do this. You want to get this trampoline, do this, and then this is a good opportunity to kill both the sheep. They're gone forever. Your wall is pristine. And now you just have to roll dice. It's the least amount of dice rolling you have to do, but you're still rolling dice, so... Unfortunately, I get a fucking bomb here because whatever. You know, fuck my life. I was trying to push that bomb into, like, the galaxy block, but I wasn't quick enough. But fortunately, getting a black block is actually very good luck relative to what I could have gotten, so... You do that. And actually, we managed to save this. Somehow, some way, we have enough of a base to work with where we can get up here. And then, oops, almost died. I knew that would happen if I went to pull that block. I had a sixth sense, like, that's going to be a spike trap if I don't immediately move. So, I'm very glad I didn't die there. I would have fucking lost my shit if I did. I mean, to be fair, I was losing my shit quite a bit in this recording. But that's what editing's for. But yeah, that's one of the bad, awful 3 down. The next 2 levels are... I don't have any intro for them. They're just, you'll see. So the first level that we're going to be doing, I need to introduce. Well, not introduce, but just, like, I need to preface that, like, this is one of the first boss levels against Boss. Not Thomas Mutton, but Boss. It's just... Yeah, so Thomas Mutton.
Next time we meet, your life will be over in no time.
Yeah, fuck off and die, dude. But, yeah, so... Next level is against him, and those of you with an astute sense of this game will remember that boss levels tend to be the absolute worst levels in the game. And they spared no expense when it comes to the Thomas Mutton boss levels, trust me. So what happens is that his main gimmick is that he shoots at you with a revolver. He shoots at you. If he hits you, you die. That's pretty obvious. If he misses you and there's a block in the trajectory, like if there's a block that would have been like in front of you but behind you, you know, just if there's a block that's in the way of the bullet, it gets destroyed instantly. Doesn't matter what kind of block, doesn't matter if it's a black block, if it's a crack block, if it's whatever, instantly destroyed. So, if that doesn't sound awful enough, he has a kick that he can do that will just fucking stun you for like 7 seconds. And it's just... And he just never stops shooting at you more than anything else. That's it's just... It doesn't sound bad. It does not sound bad when I verbalize it, but it's just like doing it is such tedium. Because you also have the fact that the tower is crumbling beneath you. Do you want to live in peace forever? I kind of don't, but I just said I'm ready because at this point, I'm like, I would say I'm ready in real life just because, like, I went all this way and it's like, I'm going to pussy out at the last moment. No thanks. But, I don't know what else there is to say.
Just like you.
I'm sorry. How many times have I apologized this segment for, like, being downtrodden, you know? Like, it's just... This is a video game that sucked the life out of me. Yep. Dumuzid.
He knows this place through
So,
and through, making him
I'm just... I spent, I want to say, like, probably a good 30 minutes, maybe 20. Well, not 20. I think it was like 30... maybe 25 minutes on this next stage, and then I spent like what felt like an eternity on the last stage of the game. So, yeah. Are you prepared to live in peace? Not at all. We were gamers and we said yes because we know that if we say no, it would have been bad and tragic, but whatever. So, I built this stage up so much now. I don't have words for it.
Now be faced with the creator of the great trials.
It should say something that there's 47 minutes left of this segment, but we're not even at the bad part. We're not even at the part that I consider the worst, so let me just throw that out there.
Starting to lose your nerve? Hello there. We meet again. I didn't think you'd actually make it here. That was a marvel to watch.
Boy, was it.
It seems the others were altogether too easy on you. So
I don't know, man. Did you see the baby? I feel like the baby was pretty hard on me. I feel like that baby, honestly, was the most difficult experience of my life.
As I said, you have nothing to be concerned. After all, tonight you'll be dining on my mutton special. It's a pity. But try not to get too worked up over it.
Shut up! Let's get this over with.
Yeah, that's how
already.
I feel.
I'll outrun you, too.
Catherine, wait for me.
Thomas Mutton.
It's very weird.
It's the killer.
Yeah, whatever, I don't care. But yeah, this is the stage. So it starts off easy enough. It's really just, it's pretty simple, straightforward. The problem will happen when he starts doing things.
Right, I got it.
Oh yeah, he changes blocks too. How could I forget? He'll change blocks on you randomly. I completely forgot to mention that, but yeah, that's another thing he does. The fact that that's not even considered that bad for me, like compared to the other shit he does, it's like, okay, cool. You know, who cares? Whatever. Nothing matters. All we need is love. It's nothing really matters. So yeah, here's the gun attack. His laser targeting will slow down as he starts to fire on you. And then, oh, there goes your block. There is a way you want to do this, but unfortunately, it wastes a lot of time. You actually want to, like... It wastes time, but if you don't, then you'll waste more time, if that makes sense. Like, you have to waste time to save time. It's a speedrunner type of mentality, but, like, you really do want to make sure that when he starts firing his gun, you are standing out of the way of blocks you need to use, and you're able to just, like, avoid it at all costs.
You need to run.
But, yeah. Because then he'll do that, and there goes a block you needed. And then he'll do that, and... Okay, that didn't actually destroy a block, I'm surprised. But then he'll kill you. So, yeah. There were a lot of deaths here. I don't even remember where... Like, it was really difficult to track where I even was in the level to continue from, in terms of, like, editing. So, if I jump around a bit, please be understanding about it, because this level is very, very samey looking in terms of structure, and it's hard to remember where I have and haven't, like, progressed from, but whatever. This fucking kick, by the way, that kick looks innocuous, but it will lag you. It will stun you for like 7 eons. Like, I've seen childbirths go faster than the lag on that kick wears off. Like, it's longer than puberty. It's egregious. But whatever. So here, I'm trying to make sure he's not destroying any blocks I need. And then you stay still. You want to make sure you're not, like, in the way. And then that. Unfortunately, this kick lags me and stuns me, and I get squished by a block. I was a little mad. And of course, there's, like, next to no checkpoints in this level on hard mode, so you're really just struggling to survive. Final Fantasy 12, but, You know, let's struggle for freedom. Whatever. I don't know why I pushed that block in. Oh, no, never mind. I do. Whatever. It just... Again, I've made this all look very, very palatable and easy, but it's bad. I need you to understand how bad this is. On some level, I need you to know that I've made this look less terrible than it truly is. Like, he just chooses to destroy blocks, and you can't do shit about it. Also, here, the game, like, the kick lagged me, and then I got, like, stuck behind blocks, and then, I don't know. The fact that I didn't die there is impressive, but, you know, what can you do? Gamer girls make do. I don't know. I'm just saying nonsense. Honestly, the fact that I managed to come back from this is still, like retroactively impressive to me. Because that should have been, like, a death knell. Anyways, so there's the checkpoint finally. It comes way later than it really should, but whatever. So, now, believe it or not, this is the bad part. I don't know. Because now he starts changing things a lot more frequently, and his gunfire lasts longer, and he does more shit. It's like the game does everything in its power to make doing basic functions as difficult as possible. It's like if you're playing rock, paper, scissors, and someone keeps moving the paper. Like, I don't know. I've run out of a good analogy. I've run out of analogies for this type of shit, but whatever. You can see I'm just standing in front of a blank background trying to make sure that... Oh, and here I fuck myself by accident. I accidentally slip on the ice and I'm like, okay, I'm dead. But, yeah, you can see I was trying to stand in front of a background without any cubes, so that way I can avoid him destroying blocks. Again, it's very slow, but it's kind of what you need to do. That was an intentional block destroy, but then I realized it wouldn't really work, so I just decided against it. I don't know, man. It feels like this level is so, like, contrary to the way that you've been conditioned to play the game. You know, like, you have to be erratic, you have to do things that are borderline, like, nonsensical given the time limit. It's just, I don't know. I don't know, man. I think this level is... I think it's probably not as bad as the other level, the one that's after this. It's slightly shorter, but I feel like it's more malicious. If that makes any level of sense. Like, it's shorter, but worse in terms of, like, fucking spite from the game developers. I don't know. Like, the other level's much longer, but it has more breathing room at some points. It just, the problem is that it's fucking, it makes Scorsese films look terse. But whatever. We'll get there in a moment. So, yeah, just stand and wait, and of course, later on he fires more bullets, because time is of the essence, and God knows the game wants to waste as much of your time as possible. Fortunately, we're past most of the worst part. We're almost done. One thing to note is that when he changes blocks randomly, he'll never make them, like, unmovable blocks, and sometimes he'll make them, like, crack blocks, but I think he usually changes them pretty quickly afterwards. It's like, again, it's bullshit, but it's like, at least it's not as bullshit as it gets at some points. I don't know. I'm, like, in some fucked up relationship with this game where I have to defend the fact that it's so complete bullshit. You know, like... probably the best way you can avoid bullets, by the way, is... if you stand in front of a blank, like, background, and then you just hang the second he fires a shot, that'll dodge it and it won't break any blocks. That's what I end up going with if you haven't noticed yet, but whatever. Yeah, this level's still going on, by the way. And now they're all bomb blocks, because God knows I love bomb blocks. Part of me was tempted to wait for him to change him back. And I kind of do a bit, but then I'm just like, okay, fuck this. Like, clearly he's not going to change it, so I'm just going to go. yeah, at that point I'm just... I made a mistake there, by the way. That was 100% an input mistake, but whatever. So now I'm just like, fuck it, go, 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 go. Again, more input mistakes. And then I accidentally fucked myself because of an input mistake. It's so cool. It's so unbelievably cool. Again, I don't know how else to explain that I was exasperated by this point. And still, we managed to salvage it a bit. Kinda. Like, this is not a glamorous escape by any means, but we did it, so, you know, whatever. So, here you just want to do that, and then you push these blocks out of the way. I almost jumped on it there, and my heart stopped the second I saw that. It really did. It really did. That was, like, the most terrifying moment of the entire level for me. Because that was obviously a mistake, but whatever. So now, you may be wondering, how does it get worse than that? And as I've said before, the next level is... It's approximately 23 weeks long. Give or take. It's just so bad. Honestly, that level was so bad, but the fact that it's not the worst is... It's saying something. So, unfortunately, he's gonna have a second phase. Because, of course, the final boss has to have more than one phase. Very fortunate of us that he does not have a third phase. Or does he? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. No, he doesn't. The sad part is, I was thinking to myself, like, I'm almost done. I'm almost done at this point. And at this point, this is where I hit the wall. I got 3 game overs on this guy. And I want to say part of it is because I went into it with only 3 lives. But I think another part of it was just doing this all in one sitting is fucking exhausting, man. It fucking tore into me. So, I guess the best way to introduce this level is... Remember Spiral Corridor and how it was a very long level where the tower doesn't fall as you go, but instead you have like a time limit per section? That's this. So that's what happens with this level for the majority of it. And then it also adds in a bunch of bullshit that's awful. I don't know how else to say it. Like, so Dumozid, I probably shouldn't tell you what Dumozid does until we actually start doing the level, but we get a long cutscene until then, so I might as well. But yeah, Dumozid, what'll happen is if you take too long on a section, he'll do what Shadow of Vincent does, and he'll just destroy the entire block that you're on, like the entire wall, instantly. But his time threshold is much lower, so you have a lot less time to fuck around. You basically have to know what you're doing. You can make maybe one mistake before you're just not going to have enough time to progress. And it's just, it's... I think my actual estimate of, like, the amount of, like, floors, I guess, you know, like the... Like, how many, like, blocks you go up in this level... I think it's around 350. Maybe it's less, maybe it's more, I don't know. But I remember when I did this and I got a full combo on it, on hard mode, I remember the number was at least 300 something. Because I remember wanting to know how fucking long this bastard of a stage was. Beyond that, there's just, there's random chance in it, because if you thought him changing the blocks like that in the last stage was bad, it gets worse. Oh no, it gets worse. It gets much, much worse. You'll see. That's all I can say.
The great trials is upon us. This is the ultimate test. Face the gods' full power with all your might. When you reach heaven's door, you will gain true freedom.
So, you know, the one redeeming thing I'll say about this game is that I really do love its music. I don't I don't think it's the best work that Shoji Meguro's ever done, but I do love it. And this final boss theme is really good. I do love it. It's probably the most redeeming thing about the entire game. Like the OST, I mean.
I was just messing around. Just making you.
So yeah, now he's not even in his final form, and oh my god, suddenly he's the generic evil face of God that every fucking Atlas game has to end with the final boss as. See, Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, Shin Megami Tensei Devil Survivor, Shin Megami Tensei Digital Devil Saga 2. Although, to be fair, Brahmin was more of like a vessel of faces. It was like a cruise ship of faces. What else was there? God, I can't remember the other bosses that fit this mode, but whatever. Here we go, so we're on the stage. Finally. You want to Inazuma here because it's probably the most efficient and like consistent way to get up this stack. It doesn't look like it, but you don't have a lot of time to fuck around with this stack. Or just in general. As I'm about to show you. Well, maybe not on the stack, but still. There's a spring to the right there. I don't know what it does. I never found out. I frankly didn't really want to try to find out. Because, I don't know. So yeah, now we're going here. We use the spring block to jump up a bit. And then I didn't realize that's where the block was, so I have to do it again, and boom. And I'm trying to make sure that this is the right way to go. I don't, you know, and for a long time I was pulling out that block, and I don't really know why either, but yeah. So you could have easily just spidered and saved yourself time, which I should have been doing, but whatever. This is the first run, so mistakes were made. Anyways, this section is a bit of a bastard. I don't know how else to put it. That spring makes you think, okay, if I get the spring block to get me up to that stack, I just have to bring it down some blocks, right? So if you do that, what's going on? What's Doomazine? Oh no, oh god, oh fuck. Yeah, you have no time to fuck around. And, yeah, that happens. What you want to do for that stack, actually, is you want to ignore the spring block. You want to ignore the block there. You just want to say, fuck it, and go to the left. It saves you so much time, but trust me. It's just so much better to do it that way, so. And here, you're just doing regular climbing. It doesn't really matter. This is like a little bit of a breather. Because the next part that's coming is when shit starts happening. But of course, because it's a breather, I managed to fuck it up. In my defense, there's many ways you could do this. Again, like I thought with that one block earlier in the nightmare, I thought like, okay, maybe you have to like spiral corridor your way. But nope, you don't. You just die. You just die. And that's the end of the Let's Play. Thanks for watching. Just kidding. I had some of you fooled, didn't I? There's many ways you actually could do this. Honestly, the way that I found most consistent was to just make a staircase on the left, but the problem is I would sometimes run into the issue of the block, of like one of those blocks not staying. Do I fail this segment? No, I don't. No, I don't. Okay. It totally looks like I should, though. I keep this in just because I do manage to recover from this some fucking how. It's remarkable. Like, the level of fuckery that I do here is just insane. So here, I'm trying to just, like, make as many blocks fall as possible. And then suddenly, I do this, and, oh, we're safe. Again, the fact that I managed to come back from that was, like, I was in disbelief. I'm still kind of in trouble, though, because I need to make a base, like, to work with. And I don't really have much to... I don't have much to my name on that front, so... here, I'm just trying to... Oh, he's doing a special attack, by the way. So now, blocks are changing all the time, by the way. Yeah, the fact that I didn't die at all at this point was remarkable, but... Yeah, so now, when he changes blocks, they'll change... They'll cycle through a bunch of different ones, seemingly at random, but if you do this level enough, you'll start to notice that they follow a pattern. I'll point out one of them later on, because it'll become very noticeable. Or at least, like, it's the one that I most frequently refer to. So that block up there, those blocks will always be ice blocks at first, and then you go past them, then they change. They change to monster blocks, and you do that, and then they'll change to spring blocks. That monster block will change, but also that spring block will stay there. The monster block changes to a spring block if those spring blocks change. That might be hard to follow, but just trust me. It's consistent, and it's worth stating. So there's like an element of pseudo-randomness to this, but if you do it enough, it is consistent. Again, I don't know why I feel obligated to defend this, because I hate this level. I hate it so fucking much. Like, it takes forever. There's so much randomness to it. But it's pseudo-random, but it's awful. I don't know. Also, that happens. That was cool. That wasted, like, 5 seconds and was annoying. Shit like that happened all the time and killed me, but I didn't show it. So that's just, like, a little taste of what I dealt with the entire levels that I was, like, fucking around. Just throwing that out there. So now, this stack I remember being kind of a pain because you don't have a lot of time to work with. Also, I did that by accident. Oops! I died. I don't know what happened there, to be honest. I might have just, like, not pressed left quick enough or what, but I died. So. Anyway, we're back here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Just, again, a lot of this was trial and error. A lot of this was trial and error. Like, that's all I can really tell you. If you notice my live count fluctuate, that's because of game overs. Also, that was an input error. I was beyond furious at that. Like, I was next level mad that that input error happened. Also, I don't know where I am at this point because the cutscene distracted me. Well, like, I couldn't see Vincent. So, here, I'm trying to figure out what the fuck I'm doing. And then he's doing Doomazid Beam. And sad day. I didn't even comment on the fact that he started summoning meteors. So yeah, Doomazid will start summoning meteors on you once you get high enough. The meteors are 100% random. They will crack any block they hit. If you're in the path of the meteor, you will die instantly. This includes if you're, like, hanging from a block that's in the path of it. It's fucking annoying. I died more times than I should have to just meteor happened to be in the path and I didn't realize it because there was no tell. It's just so bad. Because this level didn't have enough randomness going on, you know? There wasn't enough fucking bullshit to it. Like, the fact that mystery blocks and monster blocks are in this are already bad enough, but that's, like, dwarfed by how bad this randomness is, so... This wall is not hard in theory, but with the meteors, it's a fucking nightmare. It's just a fucking nightmare. What'll happen very often is that, like, the row that's, like, jutted out a bit will get a meteor spawn on it, and then I'll be hanging off one of the blocks that I'm on right now, and then the meteor will be on the block right below me, and I'll get hit by the meteor and die. It sucks. But yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting there. Oh, he's such a Castlevania fan. And bombed because of course. Cracks because of course. I don't know. But fortunately, we're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'm just gonna keep saying we're getting there. Like, again, the fact that I've made this look palatable is just from editing. So we do that and oh no! Yeah, this killed my soul a little. That part killed my soul a little. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I just... This level took so fucking long. It's just the worst. The worst shit. But, I don't know. I guess the best thing I can say is that having done all this shit, it's over now. I never want to play this game ever again in my life. I never want to do any of this shit again. And I don't have to. Now that the Let's Play is over, I have a record of me doing it with this stupid fucking Fightstick challenge conditioning. So I've clearly proven that anything is possible. That should have killed me, by the way. But anything is possible when you are just frustrated enough at life and yourself, and you're enough of a stupid gamer. I don't know. Spoilers, I am going to be wrapping up post-commentary soon here. So, I do want to say thank you all for being patient with me with this game. I know it was a difficult watch. I know that getting the hang of what I was doing with the night sections was difficult. I know there were audio issues at least twice. I want to thank you all for watching, except for none of you watched, because I have no viewers. Whatever. In the future, in 2026, when people are watching this, I want to thank everyone who watched this. But most importantly, I want to thank myself for fucking doing this and not going insane. I mean, I went insane, but I didn't, like, shoot up a school about it, so whatever. We're at the end, folks, and with that, I am editor, post-commentator Blake, and I will be bidding you adieu. Okay. Okay. Wow, I was expecting this to take a while, but this took longer than I was even expecting. Yeah, I guess it could have been worse, but I'm spent right now, so forgive me.
Hell yeah!
If I'm not going to be giving this Let's Play the send-off it deserves. Or maybe this is the send-off it deserves, but...
I can't believe it.
Ah, sucks, don't it? I win.
I'm just glad it's over. I'm sorry. That's the mood that I'm in right now. I am glad that this is fucking over. I have to sift through like fucking 2 hours of editing.
I already did beat
like content to edit. And...
Shut up! You're an even bigger fool than I thought, you little wretch. You're not going to prevent me from saving your race by being stubborn.
Like,
is that still what you
this
think?
Let's Play was just a
Look,
fucking
men
nightmare.
and women, they're more complicated than you think.
Oh my god, really? Shocker.
Right, what I want doesn't really matter. I mean, people's lives aren't planned out for them. There's no roadmap. Despite what you may think, we don't need any hurting.
Shut the fuck up. I don't care anymore.
I mean, I can't claim to be the greatest guy in the world or anything, but I am human, and I'm free to choose how I live.
You insolent little man.
Well, thank you, but I still won. You made me go through these stupid dreams night after night. From
you know, he's got a point.
My
you
life
did.
is my own.
I'm wondering if I should start talking about the multiple endings now, since we've got time, and I'm just not talking about anything in the first place, but, you know, fuck it, I guess we will. So, there are 8 endings in the game. I probably shouldn't be talking about something that isn't the screaming, melting face of Thomas Mutton / DMZ, but whatever. So there's 8 endings in the game. Yeah, and I don't know if I'm gonna, like, spoil what ending we got, but I'm pretty sure I know the ending we got. And,
I never imagined you planned the
I don't know. I'm sorry. This is really unstructured and unprofessional. I'm sorry. Because it's a professional Let's Play that you're watching, so this is so substandard for, I don't know. Whatever. I'll just say that there's 8 different endings. 3 of them are variations of Catherine, like you choosing Catherine. 3 of them are variations on you choosing Catherine. And then 2 of them are like the neutral, in quotation marks, endings. They involve that, well, I guess, whatever. I'll explain it in a moment. Let's just watch our ending first. So this cutscene is always the same, where you're still, like, where Vincent wakes up, and then he's like, oh, I gotta call, I gotta call boss, or, I don't know what he's looking at his phone for, but whatever.
Time to go.
Yep, so now here's where the ending cutscene starts. Like, the variation, I should say. So here, so now that we beat Boss, we're gonna use our request to get him to talk to Catherine. Because that's the ending we got. Spoilers.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah.
Orlando sent me this text saying that we should all get together since it's been a while. And the bartender came and picked me up himself. What gives?
Yeah, I'll explain that in a second. But first, thanks for coming.
So where is everyone? Why is it just us here?
Who knows?
I had Orlando text you. I wanted to talk with you myself, but you wouldn't answer any of my calls.
I don't have anything to say, I'm sorry. It's either this or explaining how multiple endings in this game work, and I don't know. I kind of just want to not even talk about anything.
Don't you get it?
Yeah, I do. I need to tell you something.
Why am I putting up with this?
Okay, fuck it. I'll just talk about multiple endings.
Vincent.
So you may have noticed the choices during the night segments, the nightmares, those choices weren't changing our alignment meter. Obviously, it doesn't really matter at this point what our alignment is. But it was affecting what ending we would get, so...
It was all an illusion.
Yeah. Huh? Anyway, so depending on what we answered there, if I had answered, like, the opposite, I would have gotten Catherine here. And we'd have a different conversation. Because Boss would summon Catherine, blah, 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 blah. And if we'd answered another way, we'd have gotten neutral ending. So, there's 3 variations of each girl. One of them is just the bad ending, where she won't take us back. She'll just tell us to fuck off. One is, like, the good ending for that girl, so it's like, it's implied that you guys live happily ever after, but you don't get like the super special ending. And then there's the true, I guess, ending for that girl, where like the super special ending happens, where you get some cool stuff to see. But I don't know.
You don't expect me.
I'm not gonna spoil anything, but I think we got the super special ending for Catherine.
I just didn't want it to end with a misunderstanding. That's why.
So
I had to come here.
The neutral endings, on top of that, both of them end with Vincent getting like $50,000 from Boss or something, and then he bets that money on a wrestling match. If you're super duper neutral, he wins the bet. If you're only like halvesies neutral, then he loses the bet. If he wins, so the ending where he loses the bet is still kind of like whatever, everything's back to normal. Ending where he wins the bet is he spends all his money on joining the space colony that was mentioned like twice in the game at most. And it's stupid. It's so weird because like he has the space tourism thing poster in his room, and I guess that's supposed to be like an illusion that he's interested in that or whatever. I don't know. But yeah. So Catherine's just being told about everything, and I guess she's gonna believe it.
Catherine, well, let's give him some time.
It may have been fake, but in my heart, I was still cheating.
Not really. You were okay. Whatever. Let's not. I've been beating a dead horse when I say that he's not even really. He wasn't even really like attracted to Catherine at all.
Finally woke up.
Either way. Normally I would advocate for the neutral ending, but because it's so fucking bizarre, I kind of just say go with whatever ending you want. I think in a narrative sense, the only ending that makes sense is like going with one of the Catherine endings, because it just makes no fucking sense to do any other, to do neutral or Catherine. Like, why would he go for Catherine after he's like so pissed that Catherine broke up? You know, like whatever. That's neither here nor there. I think I mentioned it last time, but I think multiple endings really do ruin the narrative of this game, because you only have a 1 out of 8 chance of getting the ending that probably makes the most sense in terms of like a narrative structure.
That's not what I meant.
You know, like getting the true Catherine ending feels like the one that would make the most sense to me. If you get the true Catherine ending, it's kind of funny and like how fucking weird it is, but I don't know.
I'll consider it.
It's just like
You'll consider it?
I don't know how else to explain it. Like I really feel like this game did not benefit from having multiple endings. Because like it's cool that you can choose different text responses and your choices at the night affect your alignment, but it doesn't really affect that much. It only affects the thoughts that he has during cutscenes, and it only like marginally affects your ending because it depends on your alignment prior to the ending choices. And just, I don't know. I feel like they should have just made it so you couldn't get a Catherine ending or a neutral ending, but whatever.
Hello, everyone.
So yeah.
It's nice to be able to see you again. How'd you enjoy the show? A perfect escape from the terrifying nightmare.
Thanks.
You led Vincent out with your exceptional skills. Even Astaroth, the mastermind behind the nightmare.
Yeah, Astaroth, my main, and Soul Calibur. Actually, I'm not an Astaroth main, but I wish I was, because he's fun to use. But whatever.
Do you want to live a comfortable and steady
I know,
life,
you've explained this so many times at this point, I know.
Full of excitement. In the nightmare, Astaroth said that there is no right way to climb the tower.
Yes, there is. Oh, whatever.
The stairway Vincent was forced to climb could be taken as a metaphor.
Fuck you. Oh my god, I forgot about that line. Fuck you. Oh my god. I hate this game. Okay, I don't hate it. But I really do, like... I went into this Let's Play thinking this game was like a 4.5 out of 5. I really did like it that much. I'm walking away from this Let's Play a 2 out of 5. And that's being generous, to be honest with you. I don't know, man. I've voiced all my complaints throughout the Let's Play at this point. I'll probably voice my complaints with the nightmare stages for the Empyro. I'll probably voice them throughout the entire post-commentary I do. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to end this on a dour note. I don't want to beat a dead horse. I don't want to be a killjoy. I'm so glad it's over.
What did you play as out there?
I'm so fucking glad it's over.
I sure do hope.
I've been waiting for this Let's Play to be over for like 6 segments now.
They'll be all right.
God.
So you worried about them? 'Cause I know
I'm not.
Well, let's peer a
I'm
bit
not
into
worried at
their
all.
Future together, shall we?
I'm pretty sure we got the true ending.
Games are lovely.
I mean, I'll be mildly
creations,
surprised
aren't
if we
they?
didn't get the true
Hope
ending,
to
but I
see
also
you
don't really
soon.
care.
Stay
Like, I'm sorry, I don't. So, which variation did we get? Hey, we got the true ending. Cool.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Sorry to keep you waiting, everyone. Now, here comes the bride.
And for whatever reason, they're getting married at the show sheet. Which, yeah, sure. I'm sure Catherine would do that. Yeah, let's go with it.
To the couple's eternal happiness, folks. A toast.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Boy, I can't believe they're making me do this.
Hey boss, more champagne, let's go!
Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
You know, I've been thinking, maybe I should start looking for my own soulmate.
Toby, you idiot! Don't record me without telling me!
I like Johnny. I hope good things happen to
this is
him.
some
He's unironically my favorite character in the entire game.
Just what is Chief really looking for when he talks about
He kind of reminds me a bit of Lonku from Fire Emblem
no, I
Awakening,
never
just in
asked
terms of
him.
like appearance.
Hey, what are you guys talking about?
Hey, so I heard the news. This place isn't closing down after all?
That's right. It's good for me since I get to hang on to my job.
Huh?
Although he's not gonna stop hitting on me.
Oh.
He's kind of an odd one, huh?
Yeah, definitely.
Besides,
It'll be fine. I mean, I don't believe everything he said, but I'll go on drinking here if it keeps those dreams away. And besides, if this place ever goes under, then this town will have nothing going for it, right?
exactly. Can't have our local hangout clothes on us. Anyway, Catherine looks great in that outfit. She's wasted on you, Vince.
Man, I'm so jealous. Life is so freaking unfair, you know? I'm never gonna win big like him.
Oh, don't you worry now. We'll always have each other, Sweet Pea.
The other guys knew you was Eric back
all
in
right,
school.
all right.
I want my damn V card
All right,
back.
Sorry, but once that hole is punched, there's no refund.
I don't want to end this Let's Play having the conversation about Erica here. So, I'm going to just probably do it in my post-commentary, but there is a lot to... There is a conversation we need to have about Erica.
The ferry was running behind.
Well, I guess we're, by this point we'll have already had it.
Decided to give things another shot.
I don't know.
Another
I just...
shot? What?
Really? Well
I
then,
don't know.
congratulations, you two.
Well, it's just that, I don't know, lately I've had a little more spring in my step, you know?
So, what's the plan?
Try to learn from my mistakes back when I was young and dumb. This time
See what I
around,
mean
things
when
will
I
be
say that
different
this is the
so
most
much.
narratively fulfilling ending?
This time.
Because if you look at any of the other endings,
I'm gonna
none of
get
the
back
other
into the
characters really
fishing
get this
industry.
level of like
Only here's the
closure.
kicker, I'll be fishing
Like,
exclusively for
okay,
copper.
this is just call this a conspiracy pet theory.
You better believe it.
But
I'm after the rarest beasts in the sea. Eating
but
them will give you peerless forever.
this was the original ending of the game,
That's awesome, Orlando.
and the other multiple endings were shoehorned in, and the choice thing was shoehorned in as well. Like as a we need to sell the game as having choices, or like we need to make the most of Catherine being sexually appealing to gamers. It's like, I don't know. I'm so that's just my pet theory. I feel like this game works so much better when you get this ending. So I wasn't even consciously going after it. I was just answering honestly. So I guess that makes me husband material, right? Fuck you, Katsura Hashino. You clearly are fucking... I don't even know. There's something wrong with Katsura Hashino. I don't think men and women can be friends. Yeah, sure, whatever. Either way, that's no jokes anymore. That's the end of the Let's Play. Yeah. What more can I say? What more needs to be said? I genuinely think this game has lowered so much in quality for me, and it's very sad. I think the base gameplay formula here, the tower climbing, the blocks, I think all of that is fun. I like all of that. The problem is that the game legitimately throws so many bosses at you that just fucking... I don't even know. Like, you saw the bosses I went against. Some of them just had straight up fucking bullshit gimmicks. And just... you just kind of have to eat shit sometimes. And you have to do those so often that it's hard to ignore them. And it's just like, I don't know, man. And then for the final stage, I probably go at length about this in the post-commentary. But if not, whatever. The random blocks and the monster blocks are just fucking horrid. They're fucking horrid. They made the entire final levels just god-awful. I don't know, man. I would love a toned-down version of this game where it just took block types and, like, it really refined that. I almost kind of wish it didn't have a story because of how fucking bad the story is, you know? Like, I don't know, like, maybe make the bosses, like I mentioned, like, maybe give it away where if you go up enough blocks in a row, you can, like, get a combo chain, and you can, like, Tetris attack, send a block down to them or something, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like there was a lot of potential here, and just, in execution, it did not work for me. At least now. I enjoyed this game a lot at one point in time. You know? Back when I was a fucking... a young 19-year-old, I really liked this game, but... I don't know. It just didn't age well for me. And that's not even touching on the fucking misogyny, biological essentialism, trans misogyny. That's all layer cake baked into the fucking narrative and just everything and just, you know, like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know. Man, I really, really, really do wish I liked this game still. I wish I could walk away from this Let's Play right now and tell you, the viewer, I had a great time with this Let's Play. I recommend playing it. Playing Catherine, if you haven't already. But I don't. I don't. I didn't have a great time. I don't recommend it. I would not play this game. I would not play Full Body. I read spoilers for Full Body, and it sounds fucking terrible. I'm not even joking. The new content sounds fucking terrible. But I won't spoil you on that. Because that's a fucking a bag of worms I don't want to touch on. So I don't know, man. I went into Sonic Adventure and I was like, I didn't like this game, and then I went out of it like, I like this game. And then the opposite happened here. Isn't that beautiful? The duality of man, right? Right? I don't know. I really do think there was a good concept here. I really wish it had been done better, but whatever. Look at that. Everyone's happy. Except me. Except me.
Except me.
Are we done? Is that the... Okay.
Yo, congrats,
There's
man.
more.
Make sure you keep your lovely bride happy, okay?
All right, Toby, let's start the kiss call.
Uh-huh, sounds good to me.
Yeah, everyone grab your spoons. Got your glasses?
Glasses up, sound off.
Oh, that's a terrible sound, but whatever. That's it? Go for more. Go for more.
I love you so much, Vincent.
Man. Catherine could do so much better.
And I love you, Catherine.
Catherine could do so much better. Catherine deserves a real man. Like me. But whatever. So with that, we've reached the end of Catherine. I hate myself and I wish I were dead. So next week, we're going to be playing a brand new game with this fight stick. I can't wait to show you what's in store next week. So like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this Let's Play. I'll see you then, gamers. Remember, you're a furry. Bye!
Kimi no 見事なシェルター